What is up, people of the YouTube land? I'm Awesome2464, you are my viewers, and this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We are now, well, in the lobby of the courthouse, where we will be defending Miles Edgeworth. Can you believe it? Still not sure who the prosecutor is, if he's the defendant. But, yeah, guess we're gonna find out soon enough. This is gonna be an interesting trial with the prosecutor as the defense. But hey, what can you do? He literally had nobody else, so, yeah. And apparently Phoenix is friends with him since 4th grade, I think he said. Anyway, let's just get into it. December 26th, 9:44 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. Oh, there you go. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Oof. He's a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Oh, at least Edgeworth's got a heart in him somewhere. So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Haha. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in his 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me times 20. I thought it was times 10. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry. I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Well, here goes nothing. Forgets a prosecutor as just as bad as Edgeworth. December 26th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 3. Looks interesting from here. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here if I were not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness? What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I called the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Here it goes. Describe the incident, now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Here, please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camped here at the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map out of the court record. Testify to the court about your arrest. Now. Wait, Mr. von Karma. Yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling the proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. Rest of Edgeworth. A man called the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. Sheesh, this guy doesn't mess around, does he? Man called the station around 30 minutes after midnight. You received a call from a man? Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the gunshots, right? Whoa, that's a weird voice. That woman and the man who called in the report are two different people, obviously. Different people? There were two witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping. Lot of hearts. What happened next, detective? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say about 3 minutes. Geez, they really are quick, aren't they? That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Do that, and you'll be able to look forward to your next salary review. So much for looking forward to these days. There's no time for daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. Sheesh, this guy's ruthless. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting, poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Continue, now. Jeez, this voice is hurting my throat. But next morning, a body was found in the lake. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. It was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. Pistol bullet added to the court record. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, they found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk. Ah, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There was fingerprints on the pistol found on the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? That's not good for us. Order. So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Pistol out of the court record. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet matched the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Just very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Eh? Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was, without a doubt, fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order? Order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge. Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now. But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes, sir. Sheesh, damn. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court, anyway? That's what I'm wondering. Is this guy that intimidating? December 26th, 11:09 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I gonna convince anyone of that? Say, Maya? Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry, it's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? Oh, don't beat yourself up like that, please. If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? Yes, you're useless. No. You know I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Oh, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is gonna run out. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Yeah, maybe I should think before I speak. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, you call your witness. Yes, will Miss Lana Hart take the stand? Kinda feel like Louis Armstrong. Lana Hart, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. Don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Alright, let's see what Miss Lottahart has to say. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard the bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. That wasn't nary a thing on the lake but a boat. Wait a second, there's a contradiction there. Enough. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order? I will remove you from the court if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There was no other boats on that lake. So, the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. I'm not so sure. There's something wrong with her statement there. Order! 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 I will have order. Well, Judge? The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. The court finds the defendant... Yeah, no, I still got it. Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. Cross-examination? We have a photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. That's what you think. And then, I will have to hold you in contempt of court. What? Nick? Contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Just very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. I need to see what specifically evidence it is. I know the statement. Yeah, I was in my car, heard this bang, came out from the lake. I looked out the window, I saw two gents on the road. Then there was another bang. Yeah, let's see here. Fired 3 times. Oh, fired 3 times. Was it there weren't any contradictions in her there. Sorry, Nick. If only my sister were here. Maya's really taking this hard. Oh, so I guess gotta keep pressing. See, just after midnight, right? Just after midnight, you say? In other words, there was no longer Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really. I hope your next contradiction will be more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. I was in my car. Heard this bang come from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. You said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. Shut up! You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. On karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. Oh, I know I hate him. And to what end? There wasn't everything on that lake but that boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country girl can be. That sounded pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained. Yes, of course. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There wasn't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick. I thought my sister was here. I was in my car. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at the university. I was taking pictures using my research. What research? That all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? I hate this guy. What does the witness' motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Well, wait, now I'm the one who says that. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. It was banged on for the lake. I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Yeah, not necessarily. Wait a second. I wasn't asking about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor... You keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you will have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Nick, Lotta's testimony's fishy, Nick. Really fishy. I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hold it. Who was that? It was me. Maya! Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Ooh. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? Wow, Maya, thanks. No, you will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal. I saw him. I swear. I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No. Sheesh, Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Huh. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Order! 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 You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he's in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're gonna arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Well, I appreciate her sticking up for me like that. Pah, I can't. Not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in there or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Last statement. I saw it, clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. What will Maya say? Clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to further ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. That's right, I have to assign you penalty. Damn. That's it? Is the photo the proof? Yeah, that had to be in it. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Yeah? Well, what's your explanation for that? Mr. Wright has a point. Shut up. That's why I told her not to say that in the testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see it, Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, and I mean I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. Yes, I'd love to hear this. You're right. It was a cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Then I heard that noise on the lake. I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Alright, I don't know if I still be penalized, so... This is thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in my car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Then I heard that noise on the lake, and I looked at my binoculars. If there was a heavy fog, how could binoculars change that at all? Well, what do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah. Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony. Sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karma objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. There's a cold night and this is thick as grits. So once I got back in the car. Your camera? Yeah, it's got automatic. The issue we are concerned with is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But you know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Yeah, because if it's a meteor shower, why would noise have anything to do with it? That's on case one. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well, Miss Hart, we will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was said to take pictures of a meteor shower. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog is thick on that lake. It's not very sustained to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now wait a minute. Continuing your testimony, you were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. Yeah. No unnecessary comments, please. I got my suspicions. Yeah, because the loud noises would have nothing to do with the meteor shower. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. So says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars in this heart. Oof! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? I think I know. Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? I think this was photographing Gordy. Take that! Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the site at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Is it the loud noise? I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. Here is proof that the witness is trying to photograph Gordy the lake monster. I believe the camera is it. Take that! The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, the article is about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah, not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so subtly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. What could I have done? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Curious to see how this will turn out. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it would be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time. Crossed my heart, hoped to fry. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Objection! The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more time with another pointless cross-examination.
Objection!
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha, that would be a first. Ha ha, very funny. You understand this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with our testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Just hoping there's a contradiction somewhere in there. Actually, I'm not a research student at the university. Investigative photographer. Imagine what a skill baby if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight at the lake. I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Yeah, come on. The word got out what I was up to. The lake was swarmed with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second Wright shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually... Mr. Wright, I will not have you asking questions with no relevance in this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma, I know you told her to be quiet. When I heard the bang, I looked straight up in the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. If she had heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What do I do now? You give me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. There's our flash. So would Gordy be the evidence? Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, you're saying you think maybe we saw some other place, but I don't think so, no. The lake was smooth as glass and nobody was on the shore with me. I better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. There goes nothing. Okay. Whew. Thought so, but... Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sight of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Ah! Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now as y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who was shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Uh-oh. Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and... What? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't see from the photo who's shooting. That's why she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but you might see who's who. When was that? When did he say that? She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Take her. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. Oh, take that, Von Karma. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart? Show me the photo. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. Not entirely helpful. Still cannot see who is firing this. Wait a second. I see a problem. Could be the defendant, or could not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. I see a contradiction in that photo. He's shooting with his left hand. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it's done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means the cross-examination is over, obviously. Come on. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo, somewhere. I see it. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Object to the enlargement. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. He's shooting with his left hand, and the fingerprints were on of Edgeworth's right hand. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? The hand is directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. Yeah, there's prints from Edgeworth's right hand. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding a pistol with his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Ha! That must be why Von Karma didn't want to show it. Now that everyone is in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You have given us definite proof today. We now know it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? That's a good question. Precisely. As we have seen, there is no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant would have shot the victim? Larry. The victim himself? No, Larry wouldn't kill anybody. Yeah, I think the victim himself, because that's what Edgeworth said. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. However, that really works. Order! Order! So, you are saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so sorry, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? The examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. I thought that was a yard. There is no other way it could have been suicide. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course, I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Right. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter has to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. The court is adjourned. Ha! Take that, Mr. Manfred von Karma. December 26th, 1:15 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. That was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? Yeah, I've yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened to out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm gonna go check on mine. Oh. Right. What? Tell us something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you say that, Miss Edgeworth. Jerk. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Alright. To be continued. That was quite the trial. Alright. Well, that does it for that part. Very interesting court case indeed. I do not like Mr. Manfred von Karma at all. I thought Edgeworth was a jerk. Ugh. Man, my throat really hurts. Yeah, that Manfred voice was not very pleasing to my throat. Oh well. Anyway, yes, we have some more investigating to do. Because if it wasn't Edgeworth, and it wasn't a suicide, and there was really no one else out there, then what could have possibly happened? Furthermore, why doesn't Edgeworth remember anything that happened? That's just really what I want to know. But anyway, I'm sure we'll figure that out next time. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, comment what you thought, subscribe to my channel for the next part when that's out. Be sure to check out my channel for some of my other videos, and remember to stay awesome. See ya!